Andrew. I'm going to help you.
Okay.
Hopefully. Yeah, so for the first one, I'm pretty much just going to kind of observe and try to pick up on some stuff that we can work on for the next few runs. So we'll do 3 and then swap, and then I'll do 3 and then we'll swap back, and you'll get another 5 or 6. So.
Perfect.
Clears. Oh no! Oh, could have been expensive. All right, let's go. All right. Big heavy Mustang, it's not gonna, it doesn't want to turn.
No, not at all.
Now I noticed you have Sam's sticker on it. What parts do you have from him?
Rear sway bar.
Okay.
Also got Coney yellows on it.
Okay. What's the rear sway bar set at?
The softest.
Okay, perfect. All right, the big thing is, you know, all the weight's on the front, big heavy car. The main thing you want to do is try to slow down more than you think you need to.
Okay.
And you try to use the power to come out hard.
All right.
So like I could tell, like right here at this first turn, a lot of the hard turns you just kind of go like this, and just kind of you start to feel the car skip. You start to hear the tires go like kind of do that, skip across the pavement. That means you're way over the limit of the tires. Yeah. So what we want to do to try to avoid that is we want to try to be more gradual with inputs. Okay. And try to give it less input. Because when the car starts to do that, if you go out and do it, start to unwind the wheel. Because as you unwind the wheel, the car will stop doing that, and it will actually turn in more. Okay. So it's counterintuitive to what you think, and this is where a lot of people get hung up. Because sometimes your natural tendency is going to be, well, if I give up more wheel, it'll turn more. Well, that's not necessarily always the case. Yeah. So what we're going to work on for the first couple runs is just try to slow down a little bit more. Okay. On the walk, I was saying probably about 80% of autocross is knowing where you can go slow and where you can go fast. Okay. And getting those mixed up is very easy to do. All right. So we're just going to try to work on being smoother with inputs, and I'm gonna try to yell at you a little bit. That's fine. As we go through the next run, and try to get the car slowed down, get the car pointed before we give it any gas. Okay. So, all right. Whenever you're ready. All right.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Some other mistakes that we can work on here. Again, so that was way better than the first round. Yeah. The first round I rode with you on. So when you go into the slalom, set up way to the left. So you've got the stand-up cone here, and you've got 2 pointers going at it. You're basically going to aim to the left of those 2 pointers. And you're going to try to set the slalom up so that the slalom is more of a straight line. Yeah. Because what's happening is you're coming up and you're getting pinched, and you're going, oh crap, I was supposed to be over here, and you missed that first cone by about 2 feet.
Yeah, I knew that was a mistake. Yep.
But this will make it way easier because it won't feel so awkward going into it. So it'll be way easier to hit your marks. All right. One of the guys earlier was working with the guy with the WRX. He was having a lot of trouble just getting close to cones. And we were just focusing on working on getting close to cones. And in one corner, which was basically that one, he basically dropped a second by just making sure that he was hitting his marks and staying where he was supposed to be.
All right.
So if you can fix that.
If
you fix that, it'll make the rest of the slalom easier.
Yeah.
And chances are there's probably half a second there.
Yeah, probably.
So, and the other things
are my weakness, so
that's okay.
My biggest one.
That's okay. If that's what you want to work on, we can work on that too more. Hang on, because the other thing is coming out of it, you're going to be carrying more speed coming out of it. So brake sooner, brake earlier. That you've got to be patient through the double 90s and through the finish. You were very good at the finish last run, so let's do it again.
All right. There was a half a second.
All right, so let's swap.
All right. Not that it will matter, but this thing likes being shifted at 6,000 RPM.
It doesn't like being shifted lower?
You can shift it lower, but I'm just saying don't go past 6,000 RPM.
Oh, past it, okay.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Thank you, Chinese-made transmission.
Yes, thank you. Is it 2012 or?
2014.
2014. The end kind of sucked. So
yeah,
the big thing here is really at the start. This is really kind of more of a sweeper, so it's a little visually deceptive.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like it's a pin turn, but really what you kind of do is you kind of try to get behind this cone and aim at the motorhome.
Yeah, get out wider so I can, turn it into a sweeper.
Yep, turn it into a sweeper. Use the distance there that you have, since you don't have to really worry about the course.
Yeah.
Going up to the skid pad gets a little sketchy. You got to lift there, and you can kind of catch the car a little bit, which is good.
Well, this thing is on nearly done for Pilot Super Sport.
Yeah,
so.
I'm like, where's the grip?
It's not there.
Yeah, there was a guy here with a Boss yesterday that I drove. It was on A6s. So that thing let you do whatever you wanted to.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I got some, Bridgestones on tap for this.
Once they're off the back order?
Well, no, I can get them in stock. It's just I wanted to kill these tires first before I actually went out and got those. So this is probably their last hurrah. So.
Oh yeah.
you're showing me is that there's more grip out there in the slalom that I could be using than I was otherwise using.
Well, I think so, but again, a lot of it comes down to the setup.
Yeah.
So I think you picked that up with that last run there, where when you set up wide enough, it's more straight,
yeah,
and it's easier to kind of throw the car
yeah,
through.
easier to get it through there. But that's what I was saying, like the one thing I always seem to have trouble with in the past is like I'd be going into a slalom, even set up correctly, and just start going through it way too hot, and then by like the third cone I'm, you know, pointing the wrong direction.
Right, especially this thing where it's like you know, it's a lot of car to change direction.
Yes, it is.
But the thing with the slalom is you want to think of a slalom as a turn that's in a straight line. So a turn, you've got an entry, a middle, and an exit. So at the entry you got to slow down. At the middle you're kind of neutral, and at the exit you're accelerating.
Okay.
In the same vein as a turn, a slalom, the exit is much more important than the entry in relation to your actual speed.
Yeah.
So you're much better giving up more at the start, so you're not chasing the car.
Okay.
So that way it'll be more obvious as to where you can get on the gas coming out of it.
Okay.
Rather than getting on the gas after the slalom.
All right.
All right, here we go. Right on this grill. Your turn.
All right. See if I can go find that second.
Okay. So again, you know, the plan, you know, got to stay tight on that corner.
Yep.
Try to make it more of a sweeper.
All right.
Coming into the skid pad, you know, brake a little early. You know, the car will step out a little bit. That's okay. You just got to catch it.
Yep.
You know, getting into the slalom, again, set up real wide. Try to stay nice and tight and smooth on the cones so you get towards the exit, and then try to accelerate out of it rather than after it.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Good. That's what threw me off. And you're all out of sorts at the start.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, you got to get into, because I could see you were like, okay, I got to get into second. Wait, I'm gonna wait a second, and then you wait until after. So
yeah, all right.
I think you're better off just going short shift into second.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I've been doing just about everything, because it just gets so, you get so crossed up. Yep. You're better off
short shifting
and then just carrying second through the turn.
Yep.
And you actually hit the cone on the left, so going into the slalom, you actually hit that, which is good.
I didn't even notice.
That's like exactly where I didn't notice it either until we came back around.
Oh.
But that's exactly where you want to be. Is you basically want to place it on your door.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. 393, but you know where you lost it.
Yep.
Let's just cut.
Fair enough.
All right, Group 5.
So again, that run was really good. Only thing, a couple things. You know where you know what you need to fix in the slalom on the entry.
Yep.
You knew it right away. You said it. The other thing in the skid pad, when you feel the car start to skip, start to unwind the wheel a little bit. When you're going through the skid pad, just try to hold one angle and just try to balance the car with the throttle, like in out on the throttle, and you'll feel the nose go in and out depending on throttle input.
Okay.
Counting this one?
All right.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. So yeah, you got crossed up in the slalom, but you know, again, get your speed down early. You're better off braking earlier than you think you need to than braking too late.
All right.
Because you know when you know that should have been probably a mid 38 run, but you know again you had to catch the car. So you know, get your speed down, focus on coming out of it good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. Picking up on some other things, going into the corners, and again, like I said, big heavy car, all the weight's on the nose. I can see you're trying to brake and you're trying to turn at the same time, which the car is not liking at all. And then you kind of immediately go to the skipping, you know, the front tires start to skip. So when you go into the skid pad, that's good. When you go into the slalom, you're trying to brake and you're trying to steer at the same time. Okay. You can go ahead. So what you want to try to do is you want to try to brake first, and then wait till you start to come off the brakes to turn.
Then
so
turn.
brake hard in a straight line, and then as you come off the brakes, then you start to turn, and then the car will naturally want to rotate.
All right.
The same goes for this tight corner up here. You know, you come in and you want it to turn and brake, you know, brake and turn at the same time, but it doesn't want to do that. So you end up kind of going through it and then turning. Brake earlier. Get your braking done first, and then let off the brakes as you add wheel. Think of you know, there's a rope tied to your hands and your feet. Where you know, the more steering you give it, the less foot you can give it.
Okay.
So think of it in that way, that you got to do things in a sequence rather than all at once.
All right.
So let's go ahead and try it again. I think it's got a low 38 in it.
Yep.
All right. All right.
37 that I had earlier.
I'm on 38s.
I think that was my third one though. Was it?
I don't know.
I think it might have been.
Okay.
Was it?
I don't know. I lost track. We might as well just go get mine.
Yeah.
We'll just call this Jonas.
Okay.
Last.
All right. Last one it is.
All right. So again, make a plan. You got to sweep that corner. 3-cone, you're doing excellently. That's good. Kink is fine. Skid pad, got to stay tight on the skid pad. Don't give it too much steering. Wait, be patient. Wait for the car to turn before you give it too much throttle. Set up brake early here. You did that fantastically the last run. Set up early in the slalom. Focus on trying to get out of it
Alright, so these guys are on their last
slow down.
runs,
You gotta
I believe.
switch modes. You gotta slow down
that
again.
means
They
that
make
Group
the double
5,
90
you're up
in the
next.
finish.
So Group 5, that's anybody
Alright.
that
That's
hasn't
where I'm
driven
losing
yet,
time that turn.
is up
What's that?
next.
I can tell I'm
That
losing
means
time
also
there.
Group
So.
2
Shift
and Group
early.
3
Yep.
should be working.
Alright.
So
Alright.
if you're working
Let's go.
out there and you are not in Group 2 or Group 3,
Well, you still get more runs to play around with it later, so.
Yes, I do.
All right, awesome.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sure.
All right, so this first run here, right, nice and serious, right?
Yep.
We're gonna let him get that cone, and then we'll see what we're working with.
All right. Let's see if I can remember what Andrew was telling me
Whenever you're ready.
this morning. All right, we good? The course, so it wasn't really all that good.
What'd you run this morning time-wise?
My best was a 38.7.
Okay, so you're about 6/10 off or so, or no, a little more.
No, full second off.
Yeah. So,
well, it was the fact that I was trying to concentrate on the technique that I was taught this morning, which is, I think, what's slowing me down a little bit.
No worries, good. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pretend, right? Here's a little thought experiment. I haven't used this before, so if it's awful, it's my fault.
Okay.
I want you to pretend you're on the surface of the moon.
Okay.
And if you do something abrupt, you're going to go flying off the moon, right? And into the outer space and die.
All right.
So, and that's every input. Okay. So steering, right? Don't yank in, turn in. Okay. Right? Turn back. Right?
Otherwise,
brakes,
I'll do that.
Yeah. Don't do that. Okay. Brakes. Don't jam on the brakes.
Okay.
Press on the brakes. Right?
All right.
Accelerator. Don't jam on the accelerator. Press on the accelerator.
Okay.
I want you to do the same lines. Your lines all look good, right?
All right.
But right now you're yanking, and inputs are very aggressive, and it's upsetting the car a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna do that first, right?
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
All right.
All right. Whenever you're ready. well as you just did, I would be the rock star instructor of the world. Okay? Seriously, that was really good. All right?
Yeah.
So, much better inputs, much less shocking to the car.
Yeah.
You notice we're still going fast, right? The car's still sliding around.
Yeah.
Okay? But you're not shock loading the car quite as much.
Yeah.
Right? Did it feel smoother?
It felt incredibly smooth.
Okay, very good. All right, so that's definitely good. You're definitely where we go. All right, so now we're going to start doing the talking ahead thing.
Okay.
What I want you to do before we get to the element is I want you to tell me what we're doing.
All
okay.
right.
What's coming after the element we're in right now. Okay. So for here, right, I don't want to know about this left. I want to know
about that one.
Right.
Okay.
Setting up for the right.
Okay.
All the way around. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Where we going?
Okay, not a pin cone, it's a right-hand sweeper.
After that.
Into a quick 3-time slalom.
What's that? What's next? Get ahead of it.
Into a big, into the skid pad. Staying smooth on the gas.
What's after the skid pad?
Same angle for this. I got to look ahead there for the beginning of the slalom.
What's after the slalom?
After the slalom is 290 degree to the right.
Find it. Where is it? What's next?
And after this, another slight kink into another 180 into the finish.
Good. How'd that feel?
Ah,
Comfortable to talk while you're doing this? Or is it weird?
it's a little bit weird, but it's the first time trying it.
Alright, let's swap seats.
All right. Oh, hang on. I appear to have collected a cone. That's something that just wedged.
You need me to go backwards or something?
Yeah, go backwards a little bit. Oh. Okay, good, leave it. Go forward another half foot. Alright, perfect. They don't got a stick.
Blowers and stuff in there. Go forward just a smidge.
That's something.
No, it's stuck in there.
Backwards.
So that works too. Pull forward.
I fed the horse earlier. And you should have fed it earlier.
Alright. Alright, so get your seatbelt on, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about cones. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing we just did, right? I'm going to
Alright.
talk about what's coming up, right?
Okay.
And we'll just see what we can see here. Alright, so I'm pulling up the line, obviously all the way to the right, so I can set up to make a nice sweepy left turn here, okay? I'm just going to get this car in second gear basically as soon as I can, right?
Yeah.
And make the right into the box, okay? So here we go. So I'm thinking about getting back over there to the motor home and then arcing right into this kink to the right. Nice straight for the skid pad, looking around the skid pad, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. There's the slalom, there it is. There we go. Arcing into the slalom, don't want to get late. Alright, nice. Slalom, picking up the exit of the U. Good to go. Arc into the finish. So, alright, this next one we'll try to do a little bit better in terms of time-wise and shit like that.
Alright.
So that's the thing, right? You need to be thinking early enough ahead, right? So you saw too there, right? I was still sliding the car around,
Yeah,
right, and
yeah.
all that stuff. But the car didn't feel, I don't think, right? Bang, bang, right? Did it or no?
No, not really.
Okay.
It felt like that. The run before I was yelling everything out, it
Right.
felt like that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so that's about the right feel, okay?
Yeah.
So you know, you can just know in the back of your brain, right? That's the feel the car should have when
Yeah.
things are going right.
Okay.
All right, so left turn to the right into the box, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Left turn.
Here comes the box. Box as it can. Down the skid pad, trying to find the small one. There's the small one. The U. At the end of the U. Okay.
All right.
All right. So that's the kind of thing that we're talking about doing, right?
Yeah.
We're just going to keep our input smooth, be on the cones, thinking ahead so that we can attack. All
right. Yeah, the cone was actually stuck between the inside of my wheel and the outside of my brake rotor.
I had a piece of a cone once in my old ESP Camaro.
Hang on.
Yeah, the traction, something turned on
Yeah,
for me.
something turned on. Yeah, it did that before. It did that on Friday.
Yeah, I think if you get it enough out of shape, the car gets angry with you and re-enables shit. So.
Yeah.
All right, so seatbelt. Great.
Slightly on.
All right, so center. Think about what's coming.
All right.
Right.
So you're I noticed you actually shift before you even get to that turn.
Yeah, this car has enough power, right, that it's actually pulling me out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I know that,
so,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying. Okay,
Yeah, just
I'll
get
give
it.
that a shot.
I'm just trying to get it done.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. Whenever you're ready.
Man, that put me all out of sorts. I'll try that a little bit better next time.
Good. So
Let's start again.
yeah, the shift definitely screwed you up on the start. That's okay.
Yeah.
Right, not the end of the world. And it puts you out on the marbles, and then you saw when shooting the marbles, you had no traction, and things went badly. Okay.
Yeah.
So we won't talk about that. All right. In the slalom, right? So
Yeah.
you've got a skid pad, right? And you're coming out of the skid pad, and you're looking for a slalom over here somewhere. Okay. Right now, you're staying in the skid pad a little bit too long.
A little bit too long. Okay.
And then accelerate off, and the reason you're doing it is to set up and get the left side of the car all the way out to that double cone.
Yeah.
This car turns in on the brakes pretty well. Okay. I don't think that you need to set it up that much.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that will let you run a shorter distance.
All right,
okay?
all right.
Now that doesn't mean you can drive straight at the thing and it will magically go around it. Okay.
Yeah.
You still do have to arc in.
Yeah.
But I think you can start your arc
I can
in
get away
closer
with
to
a
the
little bit.
cone.
Okay.
Right, a
Go
little more
bit closer.
straight in.
All right.
Yep. So
Yeah. I'm gonna go back with what works and just shift somewhere out there.
that's totally fine.
All right, so-
whenever you're ready. Use some speed here, go. Good. Now hit it. Nice. Keep it. Stand. Better. On the exit to you.
Too much.
Good. All right. So speaking about the slalom specifically, right?
Yeah.
You saw, right? We carried more speed out, right?
Yeah.
On a shorter line,
Yep.
right? And still get into the slalom just fine.
Yep.
That's fast. You get 2 wins, right? That's
Yep.
faster on both sides.
And that matched my fastest time from this morning.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so very good. So on this right-hander going into the box, right?
Yeah.
We've been off that cone about this much.
I know,
time.
I need to get closer to that.
Right, so get a little closer.
All right.
What you need to do to get closer is get your attention into the box and make that arc,
Yeah.
right, from the double pointer into the box cone.
I think my problem is I'm so much concentrating on looking at pointing towards the RV that I'm just forgetting about that one.
Yeah, so get your attention away earlier, right? Don't worry about the RV. Get your attention around that. Now that may mean the car's still turning left as you're going like this.
But then I'll just get
you
myself
arc in back
over
into it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Do the same thing with the slalom.
Okay.
All right. Whenever you're ready. So, you still missed that cone, right?
Yeah.
Right, same amount, okay?
Except I actually found it that time.
Yeah. So this time, right, get it turned in earlier, right? That turn comes up a lot faster. All right, let's talk about throttle application, right? You need to roll into the throttle, okay?
Yeah.
And so that means, and we don't say roll in just, it's a constant speed the whole time, everything, right? You're feeling as you go.
Yeah.
So you're giving it pressure. Is that too much? Give it a little more, give it a little more, give it a little more, right? You're doing that the whole way out of the acceleration zone, okay? What you're doing right now is you're waiting a little bit, okay, before you start, and then you're going more, okay? And that's bad on 2 counts. It's bad because you haven't started accelerating as early as you can. What's that? All right. So you haven't started, wait a second, you haven't started accelerating as soon as you can, right? And then when you do, it upsets the car, right? And we saw that coming up here into the U, right?
Yeah.
You're spinning the tire, so what? Well, if you're spinning the tire, you're not accelerating.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's fun, but it's slow.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so beyond this cone on the right,
all right,
and matter of eggshells under the throttle.
All right.
Okay? All right, whenever you're ready. You're fighting some tires, you're fighting the lock grip here a little bit too. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, this is your last one. I'm going to jump out.
All right.
Okay, and let you do it without me jabbering in your ear. Okay. One final note: when you hear the front tires going, you're like shuddering like that. Okay. What's happening is you're accelerating without unwinding the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to unwind, even if it's just a bit, right? Unwind some before you accelerate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Make sure everything's shut off.
Yep.
Centered, think about it, whenever you're ready. want you to run that fucking cone over.
All right.
All right. I want you to hit it squarely with the front tire.
All right.
Okay. All right. Don't be late on that cone. All right. Get centered. Whenever you're ready, hit the cone.
I didn't hit it, did I?
You just barely hit it.
Really?
Barely hit it, like this much.
Huh.
All right.
What was my time?
38.0.
Oh, that's the fastest one.
Yep.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That distance shit, that works.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Good job.
Thanks.